Right, hello there everybody. Welcome to the Adam Clery football channel. Welcome to Adam Clery and happy first Monday since the Premier League came back to all who celebrate. And as you will have no doubt seen yesterday, Arsenal started the season with a win, a really big win, another set-piece goal, a clean sheet and a performance from Martin Zubimendi that I think's got big implications for the rest of the season. So today we are here to talk about Manchester United, because in spite of everything I've just said, I thought they were more interesting. All right, so this is your shiny new 25-26 Manchester United side, and the good news is that on paper, you've now added Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo, literal new signings, to Mason Mount, a proverbial like a new signing. But the bad news, again, on paper, is that you've still got the same goalkeepers, the same defenders, and the same midfielders as last season when things were extremely not good. Now, obviously, yes, I'm aware that they lost that game and they didn't even score a goal, so there's clearly no magic bullet in this 11. But if you did watch them, you will know they looked like an entirely different animal to last season, and I'm going to explain why that was. But before I do that, I'm going to show you the exact moment in this game, right, where I sat forward on the sofa and thought, oh, okay, this is different. 9 minutes in, they lose the ball from the set piece, and immediately you're thinking, oh shit, they're in real trouble here. 3 versus 3, and that back line with De Ligt and Shaw and Yoro and Casemiro in front of it is not quick. It is not well set up to defend counterattacks. But if you just get the old eye drops out on that one, you'll notice that's not who those 3 players are. It's actually Patrick Dorgu, Bryan Mbeumo, and Mason Mount, who single-handedly takes responsibility for Bukayo Saka and stops him entering the penalty area. That is the player, none of whom are supposed to be there, reacting to the situation, showing drive, desire, getting them out of a hole. And never mind new signings or clever systems or a range of sick Adidas outerwear with the club badge on it, right? That, for Man United, is brand new. They were not showing that sort of fight last season. If you roll it back as well, Mbeumo is on his Kawasaki the second Raya collects that ball. Like, not to just massively overanalyze this one small moment, but that to me felt like the first time since early Ollie, maybe, that Man United showed a collective desire to collectively outwork the opposition. And if that is a sign of the season to come, I'd be pretty excited if I was a Man United fan. That's what you want your team to be doing. But back to the game at hand, though, I thought despite the result, Man United still looked really exciting in this game. And that is because, and this is a slightly weird idea to articulate, right? But I thought both teams were set up in a way to really well exploit the other team's best attacking characteristic. Does that make sense? No, not really. Sorry? Oh, you want me to explain it to you, do you? All right then, okay. Your Majesty. So Man United have wing-backs, which you obviously already know. And if you're playing against a team like that, apologies Arsenal, I've got you in blue here, and you decide to bomb your full-backs on, you can end up with a 2v1 in those wide areas with your forwards. Case in point, the first decent bit of structured build-up Arsenal had in this game, which came in the 25th minute, by the way. Wow. Bukayo Saka has Dorgu pinned all the way up here, and Ben White marauds, if that is indeed a word, up that same side to join him. You can see the problem this makes, because Bruno Fernandes does not really want to have to step in and deal with this, because him coming across would leave this inside pass to Martin Ødegaard, which he will almost certainly have been specifically instructed never to allow to happen. But somebody has to deal with it, so it drags Luke Shaw out the back line. Ben White hurdles him like he is a very low hedge, and if they work it slightly better here, I think they could slip Bukayo Saka into this space here. And this whole thing here, get the 2v1s in the wide areas, was pretty much Arsenal's only really effective approach. And it's actually, in a roundabout way, what got them the goal in this match. Yes, Man United make a total hash of clearing it, which is where the corner comes from. But who's literally Arsenal's furthest player up the pitch? Jump scaring Lenny Yoro. Boo! It's Riccardo Calafiori. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted that it is quite insane to do this against a front three, because you basically leave yourself a man light at the back. But Arsenal are very comfortable and confident doing this, because they now have Martin Zubimendi, and he simply loves to drop into the defensive line. This little sequence here, you can see he's basically become a third centre-back when they're in possession. Calafiori and White are both up on a much higher line. They make a dog's dinner of it, lose the ball, but that's okay, because he's there to add protection out of possession as much as he is to add options in possession. And just to really keep beating this point until it's gone all purple, you'll never guess what Arsenal do with it when Zubimendi gets the ball back. Calafiori makes an underlapping run this time, and if they just work that slightly better, once again, they have an Arsenal fullback in behind the Man United wingback. Like, this game plan had Arsenal, like, what are we saying here? A yard, 2 yards away from Gyökeres getting one of those squared tap-ins he scored 40,000 of at Sporting Lisbon. Arsenal going 2-0 up early on, probably winning this very comfortably, and this being a very different video. But this isn't the What If channel, is it? It's the look at what these two absolute bastards managed to do with this much space channel. So to circle back to the point I have been laboriously making for the last 5 minutes, Arsenal's best attacking weapon opened the door for Manchester United to look really, really scary again. And what I mean by that, right, these are all the Manchester United passes that led directly to a shot. So nothing else has to happen. You just play this ball and then someone else has a go at goal, right? And four of them are in their own half. Like, you almost never ever in the Premier League see an assist that comes from your own half. And Man United, with better finishing, could have had 4 of them yesterday. I'm going to show you why that was. Now, you've probably heard the word transition a lot in the last couple of years. It's become a bit of a trendy thing, hasn't it? All it basically means is that when possession changes hands, or feet, I suppose, the structural changes that have to take place for you to get from your attacking shape, which might look like this, back into your defensive one, or obviously vice versa. And in the moments when Arsenal were doing that, so they weren't quite set properly and they were wonky and lopsided, and Mbeumo, Mount and Cunha were having a flippin' field day with them. First chance Man United get in the whole game, Zubimendi is in the back line, Calafiori has pushed up, but the ball is turned over, and Mbeumo has drifted off Gabriel into the space that transition, remember, has left. Now, Gabriel reacts well to cover, but they still get in and they still get a shot away. The next good chance, look at where Ben White and Riccardo Calafiori are. They are here and they are here. Zubimendi is the cover, but because they're so high up, he's now stepped out to also be a creative option. Man United again win it back. This time Cunha has moved on to Gabriel, so we can't go over and cover Mbeumo, who has again himself moved into all that space that has been left by the fullbacks. The ball is directly out to him, and bang, again, Arsenal are in trouble. This is a 2v2 Man United have created with just one pass. And when you look back at it, they should really score here, but I think Cunha makes the wrong decision. He should be pulling Saliba out here to leave the 1v1, but that is not bad play. That is just a lack of synergy, knowing what the other one is going to want to do. That will come as they play more games together, theoretically. I can keep going here. Like 5 minutes later, they do it to them again. This time they're so pulled over to this side. Calafiori has to like stay here and cover centrally, but it still leaves all of this space and they work the overlap. But wait a minute, Dalot gets into a really great position. And can you just do me a really quick favor here and count all the Man United players that are in the box ready for this cross and or cutback? Do you need a few seconds there? No, of course you don't, because it's literally 0, which brings us to our final and most important point of this video. The reason Man United were able to open Arsenal up time and again with the spaces they were leaving, but did not win the game or even score a goal, is because of this situation here. Game plan clever? Yes. Movement great? Yes. Work rate excellent? Yes. Focal point to benefit from literally any of that? No. Take Patrick Dorgu's chance a few minutes later. If your wing-back has received it this high up, your centre-forward needs to be here. It gives you a passing option. It gives you a crossing option. And if you really must insist on just twatting the thing, it potentially gives you a rebound option as well. And they don't have any of that. Time and again for Manchester United, great little openings like this just came to nothing because none of these attacking players here want to be pushing the defenders back, hanging on the shoulder. They all want to be in this space here, which sounds like a criticism. It's not. That's just the kind of players they are. But of course, you know who is that kind of player, don't you? Benjamin Sesko. He was diagnosed at a very early age with having centre-forward brain. And the second he came on the pitch, all of a sudden Man United did have a player in this position. And even just looking at that as a still there, like his presence alone has made this space for Cunha for pushing Arsenal another 3 or 4 yards back. It's left the back post area gaping for Dorgu. Like, it did sort of feel like he didn't really do anything after he came on the pitch, but he did by just sort of being there. The problem was, by this point in the game, we're into the last 25 minutes, and Arsenal had moved into this prison yard style 4-4-2 block specifically to stop Man United playing over and through them and direct like they had been in the first half. But the thing is, for that opening hour when Man United were able to play direct and quick and aggressively through Arsenal, I thought, honestly, they looked brilliant. And I know I focused on the 3 forwards in this video, but that approach of trying to maneuver Arsenal's defenders out of position and then just hitting the space, regardless who could get into it, was like Man United's entire game plan, and everybody seemed to benefit from it. Like, just a final example, look where Mason Mount has managed to drag Ben White out to here, and he should take a touch and try and find one of these two and get possession back, but instead, he knows where the space is, because he's the one who's made it, so he just wraps his foot around the ball, and he gets Dorgu into this absolutely yawning void of his own creation, and that's pure game plan. That is just like hit the space. And just to circle back to something that adds nothing really to the overall quality of the video, but certainly makes me feel very clever, that aforementioned Dorgu chance where he just scutters it off the bottom of the post. Look at the ball that puts him in for that. Man United regain possession. They go immediately into the space behind the fullbacks, and that, just like the other ones we've mentioned, if it had gone in, would have been a goal assisted from inside their own half. The great tapestry of football. Now, I bet you've seen the stat about Man United having 22 attempts on goal here, which is loads for them against Arsenal. It's loads for anyone to have against Arsenal. But the one I liked was 36% of the ball Arsenal had. They never had possession that low last season in any game where they had 11 men on the pitch. So not a good result for Man United, but they impressed me. Maybe that's worth something. So yes, there you go. The Premier League is back. My life is worth living, and I presume yours is too. So please subscribe to us here at the Adam Clery Football Channel. We have ambitious aims, and only through the power of you pressing that button can we realise them. We're also on TikTok and Instagram, and is there another one? Maybe there is, and we'll be on that too. For the short form version of all of this, you can get me across all the social medias at Adam Clery, Clery. The hat. Oh yes, I have to get the clipper boat home today, and I like to sit outside, and if you do that, I end up looking like the guy from the United Strand. This guy. So I just couldn't be bothered with my hair today, so I'm wearing a hat. Don't worry about it. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.